There's a little known client getting secret that 99% of photographers don't know about that has the potential to get them 10 to 15 high-paying clients every single month. And I know this because I've used this strategy my first year in business, and it made me 6 figures in my first 9 months as a photographer. So in this video, I'm going to reveal this client getting strategy, show you exactly how to do it yourself, and share my personal process that brings in 10 to 15 interested prospects every single day wanting to work with me in my photography business so that you can replicate it and turn them into nonstop photography clients yourself. Plus, I'm gonna reveal the #1 mistake photographers make when posting on social media that pushes clients away and how to fix it today. And by the way, I'm Mike Nelson, a professional branding photographer with over 13 years of marketing experience in corporate America, helping them grow businesses before I actually transitioned into a branding photographer. And on this channel, I drop tips on marketing, gear reviews, and strategies to help you land more clients and make money from your equipment, not just collect it. So if you're ready to take your photography business to the next level this year, hit that subscribe button because we just getting started. All right, let's go ahead and let's dive in. #1, to get nonstop clients, you must first find your P.O.P, your pocket of people. See, before I started getting paid as a photographer, I only worked with 3 types of pops. #1, I used to frequent meetups around my city in DC. We have events called Portrait Meet DC and Street Meet DC. These are gatherings where models and aspiring models come together around the city and photographers capture photos, right? The benefit is as a photographer, you get to build your portfolio, and as the models, they get lifestyle photos in return to build their portfolio. So I worked with some of the models and ended up with a solid lifestyle portfolio. And the second pop was when I did a birthday shoot for my girlfriend at the time for her 30th birthday. I shot those photos in a studio and we threw it together. We threw a set together and everything, right? And the third pop was a branding shoot that I did for my friend's wife. She was starting a home healthcare agency and she needed photos for her website and LinkedIn. And all 3 of these groups represented a larger pocket of people in the city who could potentially need these type of images. People who needed lifestyle photos for different reasons, people celebrating milestone-like days, and business owners who needed professional photos for their marketing and their website. But here's the catch. All of those shoots that I did, they were for free. Until one day I got inspired. See, I saw this photographer in my city who I admired and I looked up to, and he had thousands of followers on Instagram, and I spotted that he was running an ad showing off his wedding photography. Now, mind you, I had spent 13 years running paid ads for corporation and managing millions of dollars in ad spend, and that's when the light bulb went off for me. I thought, like, why not just run ads to my own photos and get people to pay me? Now look, photographer, I gotta stop right here because this is future Mike talking. Before you go over there and you think that you can just run ads, let me warn you, without the right strategy, you can lose a lot of money. The ad that I ran is what I call a bait post, and it's almost impossible to lose money with this type of method if you run it correctly. Stick around, I'm actually gonna explain to you how this bait post works. So I ran ads showcasing my work for each pop, right? Lifestyle photos, birthday shoots, and professional branding. Now, the first ad campaign that I ran was for birthday shoots. Within a day, I had a ton of people reaching out to me, but here's the twist. When I sent over my prices, people started to ghost me. They weren't really trying to pay what I was charging for those birthday shoots. And that's when I went back to my girlfriend and I was like, babe, would you have paid this if I charged you this amount for the birthday shoot? She said no. I'm like, why not? She said, I would have just taken them with my phone and I would have posted them on social media and been cool. And that's when it hit me. Birthday shoots are seen as an expense. Higher prices scare people away. That's when I decided, look, Mike, let's just go with the lifestyle photos. Let's run the ads campaign on that and let's see how it goes. Now this time I had a little bit more interest from people and I actually landed 2 clients who in total paid me around $6,000. Now y'all might be thinking that's good, but here's the thing. Those 2 people are what we call outliers. It was 2 women, they were wealthy, they could afford luxury photo shoots, and they just wanted to pay a lot of money to get some photos, right? Now the other people that reached out, they were what we call influencers. And let me tell you, I don't know if y'all familiar with influencers, but a lot of influencers don't make no money. That meant I would spend my time sifting through broke influencers, hoping to land 1 or 2 outliers that would be able to pay the higher prices. That's not a sustainable business model. Even though I made more money than what I spent on the ads, I decided that that just wasn't the right area for me to go in. So lastly, I ran my ads for business branding, right? With my friend's wife, the images. This one, it immediately took off. A flood of people, business owners started reaching out to me, and when I would send them my prices, they actually didn't hesitate. They just paid it, right? And I didn't think much of it at the time, but when I got too busy, and my fiance was like, babe, you doing too much work, like you ain't home no more, that's when I was like, I need to figure something out. So that's when I raised my prices, and I thought people was gonna stop reaching out to me. me, and they actually started booking me like crazy. I was busy, right? And after running these ads, I found my pocket of people. The business owners, they had money, they had demand for photos, and they could sustain a full-time photography business. And that's how I ended up locking in a steady stream of income with clients in the business niche that I was able to get consistently. And that leads to part two. Like, once you find your pocket of people, you have to become known to that pocket of people as the specialist, or else they will just go to another photographer down the street. Now, the main place that people are hanging out these days on social media is Instagram, in my opinion. Now, most photographers, they miss the opportunity to take advantage of this. Now, on social media, if you're posting photos of the people that you work with in a certain way, you'll have a way of doing something that I call playing a mind movie in their heads. This is a technique that I've developed where you create posts that allow people to see themselves in your work. And the B.A.I.T post is a perfect example of the mind movie. Now, let me show you one of my clients when I asked her if she saw herself in my work, what she said to me. Did you see yourself in the pictures?
I did. It actually, when I was looking through his site and I was looking at the pictures, it made me actually go and buy suits just for my shoot, because I wanted my pictures to have that same wow effect, as well as come across to my clients like, I want to work with her because she doesn't just dress well, but I believe when you dress well, it also carries over into your work.
She unconsciously saw herself so clearly in what I posted that she went out and bought suits like the woman that I photographed. That's how powerful it is when you make posts targeted specifically at your pop. It helps you become desired by them. Now, here's the mistake that you can't make. If you start posting a mix of random images that don't align with your pocket of people, it will 100% scare them away. They'll feel like you're not one of them. Let me prove it. Here's another client that I work with. When I asked her why she chose me, here's what she said.
How did you even find out about me? What made you even want to book with me?
So, kind of how I alluded when we were first chatting is I definitely have worked with a lot of photographers. I'm very particular about the look and things that I want. I feel like people can say, oh, I'm a brand photographer, but then you go look at their page and they're just like a hodgepodge of a bunch of things. You know, I feel like creating a business is, you know, both a mental exercise and a financial exercise, and your page told that story for me. Like, you know, this is someone that specializes in what they do. I wouldn't necessarily go with a wedding photographer for a brand. I'm trying to build a business. I want it to look a certain way. I got that from your page. And I've worked with other photographers in the area, and I just wanted someone that I could potentially have a long-term relationship with for as I grow my business and develop that relationship. And your visual page gave me confidence that you were someone.
She said other photographers had all types of random photos on their page. And because I specialized in one thing, she felt drawn to my work. When you become known for the one thing by your pop, it works in your favor and they'll pay you even more for it. But here's the twist. Being known by your pocket of people isn't enough to consistently land clients if nobody knows that you exist. That's why part 3 is all about having an automated client attraction system. Let me know if any of this sounds familiar. Most photographers that I talk to, they either wait for someone to refer clients to them, they tried ads, but they never made enough to justify the cost, and they randomly get someone reaching out on social media, but when they send the prices, they get ghosted. The list goes on. Now, the reason for this is simple. Photographers don't have a way to get seen by their pocket of people 24 hours, 7 days a week without doing it manually. And that's why having an automated client attraction system is crucial. You don't believe me? Let me show you a few of my clients who paid me over $1,000 for photo shoots and how they found me.
What made you want to book with me? How did you find out about my stuff?
Your ads. And I'm not really an ad person. When I saw you working and I looked at your page and saw what you did, I felt like you could deliver on what I'm looking for mine.
It must be in my algorithm. The commercials will come up from time to time. And I went to your page and that motorcycle video thing, I showed it to my mom. She was like, that's it. I don't know who he is, but that's the one. I showed it to my husband. I was like, I want to show you something. I didn't want to tell him the price tag. And he was like, book it. I was like, but you didn't see the other people. He said, but this is the person.
How did you even find out about me, and what made you want to work with me specifically?
Your Instagram, you were coming through my feed, and I think I've been looking at you for a while. And again, the pictures that you're taking of all the different shades, they just really, really pop.
How did you even find out about me and what led you to want to work with me?
IG. I saw your post on IG of all these beautiful women, beautiful lighting, great locations.
How did you even find out about me, and then what led you to booking with me?
You were just showing up on my feed. Your paid marketing that you've done, I don't know, but you just kept coming up.
How did you even find out about me, and then like what led you to even want to work with me?
Oh, so Instagram for sure, but I was on the lookout for photographers. Oh, this is a great point. That take really good pictures of Black women.
The search engine works. You know, you're searching for branding people, and then on Instagram you start getting all of these branding companies that are popping up, and so you popped up, and I clicked on your page and I saw all the pictures and the videos. Your shots are just beautiful. Pictures are crystal clear. The women look spectacular.
See, the way that we do this is through Instagram. Let me draw this out for you so you can see exactly how this automated client attraction system works. Number one, leads. Leads are people that are interested in working with you. Now, here's the thing. Not every lead will become a client, but what we found is that a percentage of them will, right? Number two, interest. Next, you need to spark interest from these leads. This means getting people to the point where they're qualified, you know that you can help them with your photography, and then you get to the point of discussing pricing. Now, not every lead will make it here, but the ones who do are closer to the next step, which is number three, clients. Finally, a percentage of those interested leads will become paying clients. Now, when you have all three of these working together, that's now your automated client attraction system. And in my business, this system has led to multiple $10,000 months and beyond. But here's the catch. You're probably thinking, Mike, I'm not getting any leads. How can this work for me? I thought you'd never ask. That's where the B.A.I.T post comes into play. Now, the B.A.I.T post sits at the top of this whole system and brings in 10 to 15 leads a day. Let me show you how it works. But first, let me tell you a quick story about how it all came about. A few years ago, I took my son Darius, who's 13 at the time, fishing for the first time, and I'd never been fishing myself. Now, since we've both never been fishing, we booked a charter boat. We had a captain, 2 deckhands helping us out, and one of the deckhands, his name was Jimmy. I'll never forget. That morning when we woke up, it was super early. We went out to Maryland, and after about 45 minutes driving out on the boat to the water, the captain said, "Go ahead, throw them over. We ready." Now, me and my son, we grabbed our fishing rods, but then we looked at each other and we realized that the hooks were empty. So I went over to Jimmy and I said, "Hey, are we supposed to fish with these?" And Jimmy laughed and he said, "Oh, you need bait. Grab that silver tin from that tackle box over there." So I went over there, I picked up this tin can, and for some reason I opened the lid. Now, I gotta let y'all know, I'm from Philly. I'm used to mice, no problem, cool. Rats, cool. But when I opened it up and I saw it was full of bloodworms, I almost threw that can overboard, y'all. I looked at Jimmy and I said, "Look, Jimmy, why the hell are we about to use these real worms?" And Jimmy laughed and told me something that changed my business forever. He said, "When you fish, there's 3 levels to the water." He said, "You got the top level, the fish at the top, they don't touch these worms. They feed on the surface and they don't go to the middle or they don't go to the bottom." I said, "What about the fish in the middle?" He said, "The fish in the middle, they fish here. They get all of their food from here, and this bait, they don't eat any type of this. They not even gonna touch this bait. We ain't gotta worry about the fish that swim on the middle level of the water touching our bait." He said, "The fish that swim at the bottom, these worms, they're like candy to these fish on the bottom." He said, "The fish we're after today, they swim on the bottom of the water, and these worms are the perfect bait to catch those fish." I said, "That makes sense, Jimmy, but I got one question for you." I said, "Who the hell about to touch these worms? Because it ain't about to be me." And Jimmy laughed. He said, "Don't worry. Every time you catch a fish, I'll put the new worm on the hook for you." And that day, because we had the right bait, we caught over 250 fish. Now, you're probably thinking, cool story, Mike, but what does that have to do with my photography business? Here's the thing. There's a pocket of people in your city right now who, 1, have the money to afford you, 2, would love to work with you, but they don't know who the heck you are or how to find you. The B.A.I.T post does exactly that. It puts you in front of the right people who can afford you and are ready to book with you. All you have to do is get in front of them. And when we run ads specifically to our B.A.I.T post, which feeds the system, it brings 10 to 15 leads every day. Now, the B.A.I.T post is a little more complex than that, and that's why I put together a course that shows you exactly how to build one for yourself. And if you want access to that training, all you gotta do is just head over to Instagram, shoot me a message at DopeShotU with the word B.A.I.T post as one word, and I'll go ahead ahead and I'll send you the link personally till you can sign up, and we can get you started attracting high paying clients. Now you got that blueprint for getting nonstop photography clients, but landing the client, it's just half the battle. Once you bring them in, you're gonna have to deliver an experience that makes them feel like they made the right choice and spend money with you. That's what keeps the referrals coming in the calendar book solid. I actually put together a video that walks you through how to nail the photo shoot and create dope images that your clients will love. Click here to watch that video now and learn how you can turn every shoot into a 5-star experience and that'll make you more money. But trust me, getting clients is one thing, but delivering the results is what turns them into repeat customers and walking billboards for your business. I'll catch you in the next one, photographer.